Fulbe Ghana Foundation has been working with many civil society organizations, particularly in northern Ghana, to promote, social cohesion and Fulbe integration. As part of that work, we have helped produce the Fulbe integration manual. This is a manual that provides the how-to for practitioners, for policymakers that engage in social inclusion integration. When we look at Fulbe in Ghana, Fulbe have been in Ghana over a century. Yet their integration into our political, economic, and social spheres remains a very checkered one. They face a lot of marginalization, they face abuse, they face violence, and we do not discount the idea that sometimes Fulbes can also perpetrate violence, but most often they are victims of violence. Their properties are destroyed, some of them are killed, in retaliatory conflict. Yet we know that the Fulbe population is quite large. Recent estimates put it at over 1 million, and we do know that they contribute significantly to either milk, meals, meat, etc. So a recognition of the role that they play in the economic sector, and also investing in building enabling economic infrastructure for them to advance in those businesses that they support. We also look at Fulbe participation in other economic spheres. So, for example, if there are businesses, and when I was growing up, I knew a lot of Fulbe who were traders. They were the ones who brought the materials, the slippers, about. And when we talk about the economic development or economic integration, we are very particular about building positive narratives about the contribution of Fulbe to the economic development of Ghana. And the last is a cultural assimilation. Now, when we talk about the Fulbe, they are not homogeneous, right? They are diverse. They're diverse. They speak different dialects. They also have different customs. They live in their communities, but we do not know much about their culture. They also do not know much about our culture. So promoting that cultural integration would enable us to become more cohesive. And so this manual, as I said, is how to. It is useful for civil society organizations. It is useful for public sector institutions. So, for example, the Ghana Immigration Service, the Social Welfare, the department, the district assemblies, the National Identification Authority, birth and death registry, all of those that have interfaces or they provide services to a Fulbe. This would give them useful information about how to do that in compliance with the Constitution. And we also invite donors, who support work in this area, to use this guide to inform their programming around social inclusion. Has 4 main domains. We look at political integration, and here we are looking at how the state needs to improve Fulbe citizenship. We know that citizenship can be by birth, it can be by registration, it can be by adoption, it can be by naturalization. And if you look at our constitution, there is no hindrance to Fulbe's actually assessing their citizenship, through this medium. But we do find discrepancies in practice. So the Constitution makes provision, but the institutions that are supposed to facilitate, access to citizenship, either through participation in election, that one we don't have a problem. They are all voting, but access to identification card, it's a big problem. Their participation in local governance is also a very checkered one. There's resistance from communities, when Fulbes are made, chiefs to help with coordination of the Fulbe community. And so political integration looks at those areas. We also look at social integration. So for example, we're looking at how we can be more targeted at promoting Fulbe children's inclusion in education. We